spaces.
Oh, okay, that's,
They've had a history, a long history, and I think that would be a good way to keep things the way they are and
Okay.
not allow them more spaces. They kind of have put themselves there, and they continue their history with how they deal with things. I vote to, can we vote yet?
No, not
No.
yet, we're still discussing it. But how would that be handled from that point forward, when somebody's illegally parked? Would we have it towed? Would we
Oh.
knock on their door?
let me see if I can answer that. At the parking lot babysitter, they would probably do a ding. It depends how the board would decide how, strong to enforce. So it would probably, I guess, just talking off my top of the head, a ding would be first, why are you here? There's no sticker on the car. And then if they did it again, it would probably be a tow. But the parking,
Warning.
it would be a warning first, because you want to get along with neighbors. I mean, that's my opinion. You could just tow it right off the bat. I mean, the signs are up there. So, do you want to let Middle River Club decide the parking lot monitor? And, yeah, I mean, that's just as valid. I don't know. How do you see things?
And can we first, so it's fair, so put a notice in their elevator, so it's a little push for them to realize, they cannot park here.
Well, they know that, Fred. It's a game. Wait till we get to the garbage. The game is a continuous pattern. It's a pattern that there's no way around it. So we tried. I'm going quick. Okay. So what do you want to do? The monitor, is that and then don't make the offer to them.
I don't want to hire someone.
You don't want to hire?
Yeah.
No, Middle River Club would hire it, not River Shores.
But then who would be paying for it?
Middle River Club.
But that still is impacted by our HOAs, right? For River Shores?
Not this year. I don't know about next year. It depends. I don't know what they would charge.
Yeah.
So it's throwing out. But again, it depends how you look at it. You could ask them for money, and they may say, "Okay, that's fair. I don't know what you want to charge them for unlimited parking." Certainly not all of the parking. It has to be in such a way, up to say maybe 10 or each, or something like that. And they'll have to have a sticker on it at night, so we kind of know. It's going to have to be worked out. I'm just talking it out with all of you to see where you are with this. Because the next issue is the garbage, and we already know where we are. That was a no-no on whenever that was, Friday or Thursday, whenever they decided they're going to do what they want over there.
So still, yeah, we've got that history still repeating itself.
The history is repeating itself.
I think we should not go into business with them.
Okay. Is that how the board, I don't know, how do you all feel about it?
And lives there, you guys.
I don't know. I think we should talk to
I
them.
wonder how many parking spaces we're talking about, is that?
Well, you know what, you could give them 5, how much? If
Well,
you would-
obviously the Bends would need more than the Terrace, right?
Yeah, but they use the guest, because why are they gonna walk from there to there? So, it depends how you see it. I can't, I could offer an opinion, but it's just my opinion. I would say offer it, but Fred, it doesn't think that's because of the pattern. And that's a valid concern he has, because we just dealt with, they just decided to pull the bulk down. And at this timing of the recycling bins. So, that puts us all, the community, in jeopardy. It's not just River Shores, it's the entire community. They made a decision without even informing us. So Fred's 100, there's a pattern there. We can't fix it. They're gonna do what they want.
Okay, so one choice makes us money for Middle River Club.
No, for River Shores,
and for River Shores.
yeah. But the monitoring will come because there's 3 votes there.
Right,
So that's a way to ding them for,
and the other would be an expenditure for Middle River Club.
correct.
I don't know, I still say charge them.
One says charge, one says no. What do you say?
I think it should be like a Middle River Club decision.
Okay, that's the monitor.
But no, I don't want to monitor.
Oh, well, that's where that was going. Monitor, what do you want?
But like, so if we make this decision now, we still have to talk to the other buildings, correct? Or no?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Not really, because then it stays as is. Unless it's voted, yeah. So many parking spaces are charged, if it's voted that way.
But they still have to agree on it, right? The other buildings.
For the amount, yes.
Right, the amount and
Yeah,
everything,
they
and then you
make
would
the offer.
still negotiate, yeah. I think they
That's
should,
being
yeah.
a good neighbor, you know, trying again once again, you know.
Yeah, no, I think so.
So, you could make a decision, I don't know where you all are. Do you want to give them X amount of spaces without designating them? They have to have their stickers on them, and we'll allow, I don't know,
Well,
5.
We're assuming they may not like the offer, and we just may have to go back to
Right.
them.
Right, but you're making the offer.
Yeah. I can make an offer.
Yeah.
Make the offer.
Yeah, I can make an offer.
Fred, are you can you see that point of view for the moment?
I can see it, but I would vote the other way to not.
Okay. Let's see, so we can move forward and we're all kind of happy to some degree, because it's a difficult situation for all of us, because, again, the issue the other day, and then I had to go into all that with them, which of course is, why would I waste my time, because it's all BS. Anyway, they may not offer it, they may not accept that offer. I tell you what, how about ask them, give me some idea how much you would like to charge per space per month. $5 a space, say 10 spaces, $50. 10, that's 5, what is that?
Because what was the charge
Yeah.
that we charged before?
So
Wasn't it
then we're down to
$3
just
or
certain
something?
spaces? I thought we weren't considering that. I
Well,
thought
not
it was
certain, we'll give them
overall.
up to 10 with their sticker or something, and we'll keep an eye on it to some degree.
All right.
Because I really don't think they're gonna need more than 10
Yeah.
Yeah.
for River Bend.
That's true.
Yeah.
So River Terrace, but they both have to participate. How's that? Just see throw the fish line out. I'm sure they'll hear about it this afternoon and they'll say no or yes. They'll have the decision within a couple of days anyway. $5 a spot, $4 a spot.
Per day?
Per day.
Wait a minute.
Because we did
That's
it per
cheap.
day.
5, yeah, a day or something. What is that? $4. I think we're paying now, they're $4 for Middle River
I
Club.
like the 200 a month.
Yeah, but we should do per month for the 5 spaces.
5 spaces. How much would you like? So
Well, you figure 30 days.
that's
in a month.
$40 per space per month.
Yeah, I think 200 at the minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have to pay the upkeep on that from our portion of Middle River Club.
I'm sorry, say that again.
For our Middle River Club has to pay for the blacktop, et cetera, to keep those spaces out.
No. How Middle River Club pays for the driveway, the center, because it's shared by the 3 condominiums.
Okay.
The parking spaces are all River Shores. That would be River Shores. Middle River Club has no parking spaces. However, the condo docs state if there's a party in here or something, we have to allow it for that party. So they're used for the day or whatever it is, which is not a big deal, at no charge. So, where are we, folks? $5 a spot a day or something?
It seems like too much.
$4?
Seems like not enough. Go
Yeah, I think-
downtown, go
I tell you
downtown
what.
and go back on the park.
Why don't, instead of
Yeah.
making this a big thing, why don't we just, I'll send them an email, see what they're interested in, and we'll get
Yeah,
back and
yeah.
we'll
See
see.
how many spots
So-
they
Yeah,
might need.
yeah, and then go there,
And then go from there.
Yeah, and what do they anticipate they'll need?
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay?
Stop doing a little- Okay.
Because
That sounds good.
instead of just constantly back and
Because
forth.
there's so many different ways we can go with it.
It is, because it's a difficult, say, years ago it was just free, enjoy it, but then, you know, it's FU and
Yeah.
that has to stop. So, all right, I'll just send them an email and see what both,
Right.
okay, so we'll table it for the moment and then go.
Yeah.
But in the email, tell them about anticipating how many spots
Yeah.
that they're going to need.
Yep,
Okay,
I
and
got
then
it.
there'll be a fee per month.
Yeah. Yeah. I got it. The next issue is the garbage. Without going through a whole drama, if you have to go, it's, okay, no, go, no, because it's gonna be a long, boring conversation. If you really have to, please. The garbage, you kind of know what the story is. River Terrace decided to take down the bulk. And I've had conversations with Steve and Basil on this. We have a bit of a problem, and you understand the situation with the city. So where do you see this going? Are you inclined, as River Shores, to reinstall a bulk on River Shores property? Have to get the permit, have to da-da-da. I'm talking a block, not the crappy fence. A little bit bigger, so, you know, perhaps they won't damage it, the city, because that was part of the problem of that. They damaged it when they went with the claw. And then just charge back Middle River Club, again, because they're going to use it. There's no, you know, there's no logic to say they will never use it. So how do you see this? Because you've certainly gotten enough emails on this. It all just kind of came up. Steve is, you know, we value his opinion, and we both said the same thing, quite honestly, when we went over there. He saw Steve and I went over there. What are you doing? Oh, well, the city said we don't need this, and it's falling apart, and they decided it, but it's a Middle River Club decision. It was not a River Terrace decision. And supposedly, I told the city this, and I did this with the city, but of course, like so many things, I have no knowledge of this. It's all hearsay, of course. It's to do the narrative. You know, we do narratives around here.
And with that, no vote was taken. No vote by the
Correct.
Middle River Club was taken,
Correct.
which should have been done. They just went over there and took it down.
Justified it. They said royal management said they could do that. The city said they could do that. So they thought, being good neighbors, they would just do it. But of course, prior conversations from River Bend and River Terrace with acknowledgement, oh, well, yeah, it's probably worse for Middle River Shores if you take that down. They think nobody uses it, I guess, at their complex. That's not true. And
Yeah, we all use it.
you all use it, correct, and it was all shared. So that was the whole intent of putting it on, half on River Shores and half on River Terrace. So, I don't know how you all see this. Do you think, Steve and I are of an opinion, and that's all it is, that the bulk is going to be needed? You can't take something away after 20 years and expect people to all of a sudden, and of course now the guys are experiencing the boxes, and I think, Helen, you mentioned there's an issue now that the recycling. The quick response is send out a notice. You can't put pizza boxes and all that in the recycling, because I don't know the difference between regular cardboard and, I'm sorry.
Pizza has
the
food
grease.
on
Eh,
it, yeah.
It's garbage.
Yeah.
Any way you look at it.
They don't want garbage in the recycling bin.
The oil.
It's the oil.
Okay.
It's the oil.
So how do you, the other issue is, do you want to put the recycling bins back? And I'll send notice, don't, you know, of course, what are they going to do? Throw the plastic bags. Basil is going to have to do extra work on this. So he's going to have to be paid. I already spoke to him, and that really should come out of Middle River Club, because they just went ahead and did what they wanted. And the board, that Middle River Club board, would have to vote accordingly to pay Basil extra, to play with the garbage in essence. So they've kind of put us in a little bit of jeopardy, the timing of all this. Instead of doing baby steps, we decided to take a leap off the cliff, as you can see and you've experienced and you've heard. So do you want to put the bins back, and I'll send a notice, please don't, and then Basil would not come in on a Saturday, but come in on a Sunday to play with the garbage, just instead of Saturday, switch days, and then probably figure some extra time during the week to go see if somebody put a plastic bag, because the city will come back and ding. That's the job of the city, and it's a political thing, you know that.
Right, there's two separate things here.
Right.
The bulk.
Correct.
It said that, the bulk would have to be rebuilt, but rebuilt to, getting a permit and the,
Yeah. It would have to be built, because they're never going to agree to it. So the only way to handle it, and then it's an argument, is just put it on River Shores and then just charge them back. They're not going to have half there and half there, so, how,
That's the easiest way to do it.
Yeah,
How many parking places do you anticipate you want to make it bigger?
well, I said
It's too
4,
small.
Steve says that's too big, 3 was big enough.
Yeah,
I think 3.
and is there room on our property for whatever they use, the thing with the claw?
That was a conversation this morning.
Yeah.
Basil and Steve seem to think it doesn't matter how big it is, they're gonna hit it anyway, so there would have to be some sort of, something with the city that they're gonna have to be more careful, because, how many times has that thing been
It's
rebuilt?
actually a simple solution.
Yeah.
So,
You can do a bulk trash, just have everybody set a date, this is when the pickup is, line up an area, so you can bring your items to this area 24, 48 hours ahead of time, and then have them come and pick it up and it's gone, and then it's all out of the way. That's the way other places do it.
I'll say thank you for that, and we discussed that.
Yeah.
The impossibility of that actually working is very strong, because I don't think the city comes out once a week for that, and people will just go back, just dump it. And the issue is the garbage. So that's already been looked into, but I'll say thank you sincerely for bringing that up.
And-
But it's
and
already
gonna
been
be
looked
dealt
into.
With the city, because we can't bring in an outside contractor for it.
Well,
Yes.
usually the city, if you call them, they'll come and pick up.
Yes,
If you call them.
correct. The issue is, so we're clear, and it was a good thought, I'm not putting it down. The issue is what happens, so if we designate one day, say per month, because they would come out, the second, whenever they got here, that second full week, whenever they got here, whenever they had room in the truck or made 2 trucks, it was their decision, their schedule. The only problem is what happens during those other 3 weeks, and
People aren't gonna keep their, that's.
correct, and they're not calling 1-800, pick my stuff up,
No.
Leave
so,
it in the corridor,
so-
you know?
Yeah.
that's where that goes, so.
Somebody once threw a sofa into the canal, and I think when the water goes very low, you can see it.
Yeah,
Fred,
Can we ask?
can we, one of the suggestions we were talking about last year was having a large dumpster box. We use them anyway, and the truck just picks it up. You could use that, and you don't have to worry about the clog doing damage or anything. They just put it here, when it's full, they come and get it and take it.
They take
And
the
that's-
whole box.
Yeah, just the whole box, the dumpster box,
so that also was talked about.
yes.
And the issue with that is, who's gonna either throw it over, they're just gonna leave it there, then the guys have to deal with it.
You can get dumpsters with side openings.
I am aware of that, but it's likely they're not, that one you just used to walk into, the dumpster is gonna be up a foot or so, whatever it is.
You can build steps.
Well, that may be, but even John Welch, because I know you all, are friends with him, he even thought that was, because originally I thought that was a good idea too, when John mentioned it. He did not see that as working either.
Okay, I was just saying.
Well, no,
Yeah.
it's good. It's a good, thank you for that, but I'm saying it was already discussed at actually the previous Middle River Club Board meeting. So, back to where we are today. The issue is the recycling. Do you want him to put the recycling bins back? I could put the notice out, do not put the pizza box, do not put the plastic bags, do not.
Tell them why they haven't had recycling for the past week or so.
Right.
Yeah.
But the issue of the timing of this, I think you will have to say is a bit uncanny. I mean, the recycling, the problem with the city, and then they decide to do what they decide to do. So I could be suspicious, but it is what it
You
is.
gotta deal with it.
It has to be dealt with. So how do you all see this? Do you think, Steve, please comment, you're a part of
The garbage.
the board, advising them, you know,
Yeah, I'd be
it's,
interested in hearing
yeah.
that, Steve.
Steve, come up, Nobody's gonna bite you. Come